before I get started, I'm going to be a coach. You know, when you go into the locker room at halftime, you're down 2 touchdowns, everybody's morale's down. Listen to me very carefully before we get started today. Pope Francis and those around him who are in favor of this new motu proprio, restricting the traditional Latin Mass in ways that we've never seen. Well, we have seen it before, but bringing us back to day 1, 1970. They want to label you rigid. They want to see you rage. They want to see me get on the camera and use profanity and make accusations and be rigid. Today, they want to dismiss you and me. And we're not going to do that. We are going to respond by being calm, by being prayerful, by being charitable, but also by resisting to the face. As Paul says in Galatians, he resisted Cephas, Peter, to the face. We are going to resist, but we're going to smile. As I say at the end of every show, our Lord Jesus Christ says, you're the light of the world and the salt of the earth, so go out there and be salty. We are going to be light. We are going to be joyful. We are going to be salty. There's a lot of people in the world right now that say, you know, honey, maybe we should go to the Latin Mass this Sunday. And if you reaffirm Pope Francis' label as rigid, mean, judgmental, we're going to lose those people. Right now, we need to grow. Right now, we need to unite. We need to unite the clans. Petty differences aside. Don't go on social media and accuse people of mortal sins and detract people, drag people in through the mud. That is not what King Jesus wants today. All right, so what happened? Pope Francis issued today a motu proprio. It has a cover letter, and it has 8 articles. A cover letter and 8 articles. I'm not going to cover the cover letter so much. I'm going to focus on the 8 articles. And we'll see in these 8 articles many restrictions. Also, the things that we've been hearing in the last few weeks and months. Remember that whole story on the Archbishop of Dijon where he's wagging his finger at the protesters saying, a motu proprio is coming for y'all soon. A motu proprio is coming for y'all soon. Well, it was legit. It was for real. And there will be loyalty tests for traditional Catholics and especially priests. For example, at the very beginning of these articles, it stated that it's the bishop's responsibility to make sure that the priests in these communities affirm and do not deny the validity and legitimacy of the liturgical reform dictated by the Second Vatican Council. That's the exact words. We'll see what seems to be a rule that there can be no new personal parishes for the Latin Mass. We'll also see that priests ordained after today cannot say the traditional Latin Mass of the Missal of 1962 without permission from their bishop who is to gain it from Rome. In other words, a priest who is ordained tomorrow cannot say the Latin Mass unless Rome gives him a special piece of paper. And then, for groups and societies, institutes that already exist for the Latin Mass, like the Fraternity of St. Peter, FSSP, Institute of Christ the King, Sovereign Priests, they have been moved from the Congregation of Divine Faith to Congregation for Institutes of Consecrated Life. And all liturgical matters are now going to be held under the Congregation for Divine Worship, both more liberal than where they were before. This is going to put tremendous pressure on the Fraternity of St. Peter and the Institute of Christ the King. So, I'm about to pray now. We're going to go into all the articles, and I want to ask you to be salt and light, to be charitable, to be joyful. Do not rage. Do not use profanity. We must be the saints. In this time, there has to be many saints. If we are going to restore the Roman Rite, preserve the one true faith, pass down the morality that Christ gave us from the apostles to this day. We have to be saints. And we have to be salt and light. We have to be attractive to bring people to these truths.